Welcome to the show. Welcome to Your Thought Life podcast. I am your host, Michael Anderson. Success, love, structure is our topic for today. Science has made it abundantly clear that discipline is the foundation for success. Whether you're an entry-level professional, a subject matter expert on the rise in a technical craft, or a mid-careerist, a senior careerist, or you're out on your own in the entrepreneurial, solopreneur space, perhaps you're a business owner, it doesn't matter. That entire spectrum of individuals, if they have an innate desire to be more and to do more, discipline is the way that they are going to be able to secure their dreams, their goals, and their aspirations. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is rarely associated with talent or intelligence. More often than not, it comes down to being disciplined in our actions, being consistent over time. If we can get this recipe right in our lives, there is no end to what we can achieve. Discipline is not willpower. It's a science-backed system that everyone can master. You don't have to be cut from a certain type of cloth. You don't have to come from old money. You don't have to have so-called silver spoon in your mouth. None of those things are relevant. It's all about systems. Everything we teach is about science-backed systems. Guess what? Success is going to be revealed in just a few moments. I want to begin by first setting a proper foundation because the power of discipline is paramount for achieving success. Science already has shared this with us. We believe it. Discipline, family, is what keeps us moving forward when motivation fades. Motivation may get you started. We call that get started energy. But discipline ensures you follow through. When you see a successful person, you immediately now no longer associate them with being lucky, extra talented, having been giving a bountiful array of gifts. Nope, that's not it. Discipline is really founded on what we need to get done every single day to get to where we want to go. If you don't feel like it today, the discipline steps in and overrides that and says, we have to do it anyway. And the surprising truth is that it's a skill you can build with the right strategies. I know you're eager to get to the surprise, and I am eager to deliver the surprise, but I need you to know that neuroscience tells us that discipline is directly linked to the brain's prefrontal cortex. This is the area that's responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and goal setting. Studies have shown that individuals who practice self-control and delayed gratification achieve higher levels of success in business and in life. Let me tell you something. There was a study conducted in this famous Stanford marshmallow experiment demonstrated that children who resisted immediate rewards in favor of long-term benefits achieved greater success in adulthood. This principle applies to every single category of professional that we have talked about in our opening. And this means that if you desire to do something greater, something bigger, outside of your comfort zone, if you can get these secrets tucked away in your heart and mind, there is nothing on this planet holding you back. Nothing whatsoever. Now let's get into the secrets. The secrets are a set of practical steps to strengthen your discipline and your ability to achieve success, all backed by science. Number one, you have to create non-negotiable routines. What this means is you have to structure your day with specific time blocks for critical tasks. The research here was able to demonstrate it with an abundance of clarity that having a consistent routine reduces cognitive load and increases productivity. When you have a cognitive load, that is you getting ready to do something that is significant. Well, that is reduced because now the schedule is taking some of that load off the mind because 9 to 10 o'clock, I'm doing lead generation. 10 to 10:15, I'm going to take a quick walk, clear my head. From 10:20 to 11:20, I'm focusing clearly on my social media marketing routine. It's this type of structure, family, that sets you up because success loves structure. And again, we call this non-negotiable routines because they're non-negotiable. We stick to these like super glue. Nothing changes them. And as a result of this being an automated positive behavior, we reap a greater degree of success thereby. Number 2 says we implement intentions. I know you probably have not dealt with this principle. The implementation of intentions says that instead of being vague, like, I'll work on my business from 9 to 10, you set a specific intention such that I will spend 1 hour from 9 to 10 o'clock doing X. And when you do that, the studies support you by showing that the implementation intention significantly improves your follow-through rate. Remember, we're talking about discipline. Discipline is doing when we don't want to do it, when we have barriers to doing it, and we're inserting a set of surprising elements to curtail all of those things that act as resistance to our execution. Number 3 is leveraging the power of micro commitments. What's that? This is when you start small and gradually build. One of the ways that I do it is when I'm faced with a difficult task and maybe it's sort of all of a sudden and it hasn't been programmed in to my day structure, but it needs to get dealt with for me to move a task, a milestone forward, is I say, you know what, I'm just going to get started. I'm going to commit 10 minutes to this right now to see how much structure I can put around this, figuring it out, determining what are my outs, how do I execute those outs. And what ends up happening is once I get into it, because I think it's a small commitment, I look up, it's been 40 minutes, and I've dealt with the entire situation. Leverage the power of micro commitments. The science here is incredible, absolutely incredible. And remember that success love structure creates a spiral. And that's why that 10 minutes went to 20 and that 20 went all the way to 40, and you found yourself in a favorable set of circumstances. Each small win boosts your confidence and strengthens your discipline, and it makes larger goals far more achievable. This is science speaking, not me. Number 4, you're going to have to eliminate decision fatigue. This is when we're reducing unnecessary choices in our lives. We want to get out of the mode of doing the whole analysis paralysis thing. That's notorious for ushering in decision fatigue. And the research indicates that too many decisions drains the mental energy, and it makes it harder for you to stay focused and disciplined. Discipline is the underlying foundation because success loves structure. We cannot have anything interact with the discipline in a derogatory way. Streamline choices like what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat. Talked about scheduling, right? All of these micro tasks, if you will, that allow for a greater degree of structure keeps you in a place where you can reserve that emotional energy reserve that you get only so much in a day for those things that truly need it, and not for the meaningless, trivial things that come up day to day. If you've ever had a problem with willpower, well, get rid of some decision fatigue and you'll see that your willpower is like totally ready to go when you need it because you haven't expended it on things that don't chalk up or add up to what it is you're trying to achieve or the outcome that you desire. Let's run this back real quick so that you've got clarity on the secrets. Create a non-negotiable routine, family. Use implementation intentions. Leverage the power of micro commitments and eliminate decision fatigue. If you can do these 4 things, you can have a greater degree of success and you can have it repetitively without burnout, without fatigue, and without destroying your emotional reserves early in the day. What have we talked about? We've talked about structure. We've talked about doing things with intention. For the person who exercises discipline or decides to go down this pathway, you have to know it starts out a little tough. But as you get more and more associated and you tweak the recipe for you, what you're going to find is after a couple of weeks and you've settled into a routine, 2 weeks later, now that's your default, all of a sudden it doesn't feel hard anymore. It's not tough anymore. The vast majority of these principles that we teach require repetition. They require us to stay the course. They require us to be disciplined. And remember, success loves structure. It creates a repeatable system, minimizes distractions, and reinforces behaviors that are necessary for us to outperform. If you want to elevate your business, you want to elevate your career, you want to elevate your relationships, you want to elevate your personal resolve, discipline is the key to unlocking your full potential. I feel like this was a phenomenal episode. I hope that you do too. Do consider leaving us a rating and a review and know that we appreciate your time commitment to the show. We're in over 170 countries now. Couldn't have that stat without you. Feel free to connect with us on Linktree. The link is available in the show notes. You should know that you are enough, you can do it, and you are uniquely equipped to realize your goals. Until next time, take care and be safe.